do it. UC Davis, it began at 4 p.m. and ended at 6 a.m.
How did you prepare to begin?
Well, I had a bit of a cold, so I didn't know if my voice would hold up, but I really wanted to try to read it myself. And
did you know it would last that long? Did you try to estimate how many hours it would take?
I thought it might, but it was funny. You know, I came in with the manuscript. You know, another photograph on jacket too is the photograph of these manuscript pages, typescript pages, on a small table in my living room. And now there are, each 1,000 page got this tall, and so 2 of them are this tall. There's one on top of another, and then there's a third one, and then the fourth one is almost 1,000 pages. So there's a sense of duration in time along the timeline of years, and there's a sense of duration in space, the physicality. These pages are piling up, and the question what to do with all this stuff is a problem. You know, thank goodness for eclipse and so on. But
That's
I
very
didn't.
straightforward, there's a whole sense of the presence. But those are at least 4-dimensional.
You know, I was thinking about the grid. On the cover of this book is an Agnes Martin painting called The Sea, which I found. I was telling Francis, I found it was at the Pace, and I was able to get it for the cover. And so the sea is nice, but the sense of the grid. So there's a horizontal line, it's the timeline, and the sense of time. And then there's the vertical line, which is, you know, and the poems are often sort of dealing, and the lines on the page are looking like, especially I think in this work, you know, there's a sense of the line as the grid and the horizontal. But
you have an experience when you're performing this work, when you're entering?
No, I didn't get to that. Yeah, when I started this most recent one in February, it was in the Mills Art Museum. It started at 8 and it was going to end at 10. It was going to be like the ending of a concert. We thought maybe people would come as a Saturday. It's the first time to do one in the Bay Area. I thought people I know might be able to come to this because the other one was Santa Cruz and the Museum of Art and History. A lot of people came, but I hardly knew anybody. So, you start to get into it, but something does begin to take over. And I felt as though this table smaller than this I was sitting at in this museum. I felt as though I couldn't leave the table because musicians are all around in this large room sort of doing improvisatory. Very interesting.
The table couldn't leave the table either.
No, but
I mean, everything else in the room is in the room.
you know, it becomes a kind of trance-like meditative experience where you just go on and you're just looking at the page and reading it. At UC Davis in the middle of the night at one point, I realized I was the only person awake in the room. There was one light overhead like this, smaller, shining onto this small table, and the musicians were not playing and they were snoring. I could hear them.
It was being recorded.
It was recorded, yeah.
So you weren't alone. Exactly.
No, not well. I don't know. It seemed as I thought I was. I felt as if I was just reading to myself in a dark room, and it was kind of perfect. You know, the work became completely solipsistic, and it was very bizarre.